Welcome back to the channel. This garden update is titled Perseverance because here in growing zone 6, it is the busiest time of the gardening season, and it's also the easiest time to kind of give up. These peppers, the frost date was about a week ago, so we're about a week late in bringing out the peppers. So we're going to be hardening them off today right after this. And we also have some sweet potatoes because peppers and sweet potatoes are the easiest things to do if you have to be behind on something. Because we just end up with more of them the more we wait. We also trimmed back our peppers a few times. We've been growing these inside for about 3 months now, and you can see because of trimming now they have 2 meristems going, and this means they give more fruit. You can see the tiny peppers starting to grow, and we're really happy with that, but we're going to start bringing them outside so that they can start being outside permanently, and we'll do that right after this. Our very first studio recorded single, Can't Catch the Wind, is coming out on streaming platforms everywhere, June 7th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you want, you can pre-save using the Spotify link in the description, or you can also go to our music channel, which is Vineyard without the Homestead, and turn on notifications there so you get updated when it releases. We are super excited about it, and we can't wait for you guys to hear it.
So we brought this out in some shade under the tree outside, and we're doing the hardening off process now, and so today we're only gonna leave this out for like a few hours. Then tomorrow we're gonna leave it out for the entire day, and then we can put them in the garden on the 3rd day. But at night we're gonna bring these back into the garage. And if you want to know what else we have in our garage, so these are our turkeys that we hatched and store-bought, because the ones that are darker colored are ours that we hatched, and then the ones that are lighter colors, they're blue slates that we bought from a store, and there's also one black Orpington chicken. So this is my survival seed garden, and this is my kidney beans, and we started these a week ago by soaking them, and then we put them out here, and they're doing very well. Some of them are still coming up, and they're doing really well. Then, in this kiddie pool, we've got the onions we started on February 1st in this tray, and there's about 20 of them in here, and they're doing really well. And then in the beets, we started on May 1st, direct selling, and they just sprouted and they're coming up and doing really well. And that's the Detroit red beets and the Walla Walla onions. In this kiddie pool, we drilled holes in the bottom for drainage, and they're doing really well.
With the onions, our family onions that we're growing in the garden are doing a lot better, and if you stay tuned, we'll show you those onions and tell you exactly why.
Are the pepperoncinis, which we started like March 1st, and they're doing really well. We didn't harden them off because we forgot to, I think, because we're really behind, but we did this so they've lost a couple of leaves, but now they're doing really well and growing in these protein tubs that we drilled holes in from the cows. Then we've got the Mariana tomatoes, which we started April 1st, and we put in, and they're doing
And they were
well.
raised in the greenhouse, so we didn't have to harden them because there's a fan in the greenhouse, so they're already doing pretty well.
And then this protein tub is what I'm going to be planting my Waltham butternut squash in right now. They've been soaking overnight, so I'm going to be planting them in this bed, and we're just going to make a hole twice as deep as the seed, so about right here, because they're going to be growing over the side, so we want them to close to the corner, and the pointy side down in there, and cover it up, and do that for everyone. That big, and cover it up. Okay, so this is my Grow Big 24 garden, and I've got some Jerusalem romaine lettuce, but this is gonna go in a salad before everything gets too big. And this right here is my mammoth sunflower, and it's growing pretty good, and I'll show you where the other ones were in a second. And then we've got the zucchini, the Italian striped zucchini, right in the middle. In the sides, I've got the Dr. White Cheese tomatoes. So one here, one there, one there, and one there. The Detroit red beets, which are right here. And I started these earlier than the survival seeds ones because I'm trying to grow the biggest. And then we've got this, which is the watermelon radish. And I can already see the watermelon radish right there, but it's not big enough to eat, sadly. So, this is my Grow Big 24 garden. This is our family onion bed. And believe it or not, these Walla Walla onions are the same date planted as our survival seed Walla Walla onions. And our hack for making them already this big is this, which is ammonia sulfate. And we just put it in there with the onions and they're doing really, really well. So this is my carrot bed. And these are rainbow carrots I got from the Sandy at Suburban Homestead, Wyoming. And they're doing really well. And the way I plant my carrots is I start them inside on February 1st. And then I transplant them out to the garden just like celery. And they're doing really well. And I've done this since I was like 6 years old. So carrots and I have a long-standing relationship. So this is my celery and fennel bed. And celery I've been growing since I was like 7 years old, along with carrots and onions. They all start on the same day, February 1st. And they're doing really well. I actually did competitions with Lori's World and Simply Jan Homestead when I was 7 doing celery. And I also snuck some romaine lettuce, Jerusalem romaine lettuce in here because I sneak that in wherever I can because that's going to be some good salad. So this is my garlic and onion bed, and can you believe we grow this many onions? We use onions in like salsa and tomato sauce, so we need a lot. In this bed, we've got the Walla Walla onions, of course, the candy hybrid, and the Spanish hybrid. And they're all doing very well. There's a lot of them. And over here, I've got my garlic, and we start these like on November 1st.
Welcome to the greenhouse. This right here is our brassica beds. We've got some assorted cabbage varieties. In the back, that's some bitter melon. And we use bitter melon in a lot of Asian dishes, but we haven't really been able to successfully grow it because it has a longer grow season than we can really sustain in Michigan. But we're trying it in here this year to see if that will work. We've got some artichokes over here. We're trying that for the first time this year. We got some more cabbages over this way. And then more bitter melon. And then over here is Bunkie's Godzilla kale. And this was actually the microgreens she was growing back in February. And as we got done using these as microgreens, they started becoming actual kale, and so we put them in the greenhouse. We got flower pots over here with nothing in them. That will be for these once they're bigger, and we transplant them into there. We got our fig. There's some raspberries over here. Miss Jen Johnson Richards chocolate peppers. Some spices, some cornflowers, more raspberries, and then over in the back we've got some rhubarb, and then a ton of spare tomatoes. Tomatoes is something we start almost last, so a lot of them stay in the greenhouse until we're ready to plant them in the garden. And we plant them really late even for our growing zone because we want to be able to can salsas, sauces, and something else. Salsa sauces and chilies. And we want all of that at the same time, so we want to be able to harvest when the peppers and the onions are getting harvested, so that's why we're growing them so late. And over here is our herb garden, and these will be moving outside somewhere soon. This first row is mostly things for the Survival Seeds collaboration hosted by Bushcraft Family, the herb side of it. And we have some oregano, lemon balm, feverfew, and hyssop. And then we have some other things that we're also just trying to grow for the first time because we wanted to. Mudwort, which is a kind of wormwood. There's some kohlrabi in the back, some basil, some valerian. There's a pepper in here, I think. So there's a few different things going on here, and we're excited to get these planted. So I did want to bring up that this fig and these raspberries have been in here since 2021, and they're pretty amazing. We've gotten some little figs from this a few times, and it's actually looking pretty sturdy. And then the root of the raspberries keeps shooting up new raspberries that we can take out and transplant into the vineyard. And so we now have like over 1,000 feet of raspberries out there, and it's just really cool because every time one dies we just take one to fill in the space, and it actually works really well. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you're not busy on Monday nights, feel free to join us live right here on this channel at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to have you, and we're playing some live music. And then we encourage you to like and subscribe the video if you enjoyed it, and tell us what you think and how your garden is going. But have a great week. Hi, I'm Trey, and we have live music every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you like our music, you can also check out our music channel, which is Vineyard Chicks instead of Vineyard Chicks Homestead, and I would love to see you there.